Hey guys, Nars from Key Fitness. How you guys doing? So today's video, I'm out here in the back in the field where I usually do my boot camps at Key Fitness, and just taking a little break, taking a breather before I hop on the computer and show y'all guys a little PowerPoint I put together for a low carb diet. I had so many people message me and ask me around the gym about how I feel about low carb dieting, and I decided to put together this little video to show exactly the way I feel. I'm going to tell you all about it. That way you can make an informed decision if that's what you want to do. I've used it in the past in shows, competing in bodybuilding shows. I always start on a low carb diet, then I kind of like go to a carb cycling. But I'm touching all that in my PowerPoint. All right, guys. I'm going to go to the office right now. Office, got my PowerPoint up and running, and we're gonna get into low carb. I'm gonna give you my 2 cents of my experiences with low carb diets over the past I've probably been doing low carbs maybe 15 years, and I actually used it training for my bodybuilding shows, and it worked out really well, okay, for me and for a lot of clients out there, and we're going to get into it. So does low carb diet really work for weight loss? We're going to find out. Okay, low carb diet. First, we're going to find out what low carb diet is for those of you that don't know or not sure. Okay, low carb diet is a diet that limits carbohydrates. It's high in protein, fat, and healthy vegetables. There are many different types of low carb diets, and studies show that they can cause weight loss. A low carb diet can cause weight loss and improve health with many individuals. Okay, now there are so many diets out there. Okay, so what I did, I extracted all the main low carbohydrate diets books out there that are pretty effective, and I listed here. Okay, some of these probably are familiar to you guys. You have Atkins diet, high protein diet, Stillman diet, Scarsdale diet. Now it's funny, just last week I had a member comment, or she gave me feedback about Scarsdale diet, and she said it worked, and she lost a ton of weight and pretty fast. But when she got off the diet, she gained 10 to 15 pounds on top of it. Something she could have did wrong. I'm sure something she did wrong. That's typically not the case, but we'll get into that later. Okay, you have Hollywood diet, Zone diet, Dukin diet, Go Lower diet, Back to Basics diet, Paleo diet, and Keto diet. Now the Paleo diet and Keto diet is pretty much mainstream right now. I mean, it's really popular, especially the Paleo diet is really popular in CrossFit. Okay, so that's the trend right now. All right. Okay, does low carb diet really work? Now I pulled 2 credible sources. You got authoritynutrition.com and webmd.com, and we all familiar with WebMD. According to those guys, low carb diets do work. In some cases, low carb diet may cause 2 to 3 pounds more weight loss than standard diet. Now, most people that start a low carb diet will lose weight and lose it very quickly. However, most of the weight loss comes from water, not fat, which is what you need to keep the weight off. Okay, now I'm gonna stop there for a second. The reason why so many industries, like, I don't want to say industries, in the weight loss industry, the reason why so many companies, that sell weight loss products and even infomercials that sell all that crazy stuff, potions or whatever, they say you can lose 10 to 15 pounds, even 20 to 30 pounds in 2 weeks. In many cases, that's true. The reason why is because your body's releasing water. Okay, any change in diet, any change in activity, if you're significantly overweight, you will lose weight rapidly. And it's water weight, it's not fat. When you tap into the fat, you will know, because it will slow down. Typically, for males, the max weight you will lose, fat you will lose is 3 pounds. Just see the average 1 to 3 pounds per week for a male, and 0.5 to, I say, half a pound to 1.5 pounds for the ladies. I'm sorry, ladies. I know men, it's easier for men than it is for women, but that's just the way it's designed. Okay, let's move on. Does low carb diet really work? I would say yes, low carb diet does work because the body switches from carbohydrates as the primary fuel source to a fat burning process called ketosis. Ketones also have an appetite suppressant effect. All right. Now, before I go on, your body, when there's no carbohydrates present, and your body, your muscles need carbohydrates for fuel. It's a primary fuel source, and when it's not present, what your body do, it will switch over to burning fat. And when it switch over to burning fat, what the ketones is, your liver will start producing ketones, and it start getting to a ketosis state in the body, and it's a fat burning machine from that point on. Okay, low carb diet will work for most people. However, I have had clients that plateau because their body got used to the diet fairly quickly. At this point, we will carb cycle, such as high carb days and low carb days. And I have done this with shows myself. I would say typically I had to start the carb cycle a month and a half, maybe 2 months into a low carb diet. You just start to plateau at that point. Or it's kind of hard to say when to add carbs or when to carb cycle. It all depends on the individual. It depends on strength. It depends on mood. It depends on quite a few factors that you would you would need to add carbs in there. Strength is one of them. So my mood, my strength, and those factors, you would start the carb cycle. Your body would need carbs to help spike fat loss again. Okay, I do not recommend low carb for people with fast metabolisms, and you know who you guys are. We know who they all are. They really don't. It's really hard for them to gain weight. We call them hard gainers, and they typically burn muscle pretty fast too. So they really do need carbohydrates. And like I said, it's hard for me to actually point those people out. I will have to, when I ask certain questions with clients. Most of my questions is, hey, have you been thin your whole life? Have you ever struggled with weight? For example, have you been fat coming? I won't say fat. Have you been overweight in school coming up? Have you been really thin in school, never gained a pound? Always hard to gain weight. It's certain questions that I'll throw out there that I know if they're hard gainers or not. And hard gainers, that's the ones with fast metabolism. And they can do lower carb, but not low carb. All right. Many people will develop constipation, and the reason why you get constipation is because when you're eliminating all your carbohydrates, that is primarily people's starches, or I should say fiber. Okay, fiber is what keep all the sludge moving through your body. So you need fiber in the body. So anytime you eliminate all your carbohydrates, increase your veggies, especially the green leafy vegetables, because that you need fiber. Okay, and that's why you might suffer with dehydration and constipation. So increase your veggies and increase the water to intake. That is very important, or you will suffer constipation. Okay, now we get into the foods. Foods to eat and foods to avoid. Okay, let's start with the foods to eat list. Meats, eggs, vegetables, fruits, nuts, healthy oils. Healthy oils such as olive oil, flaxseed oil, coconut oil. Coffee, but make sure you use artificial sweetener. Use Splenda or stevia for coffee, tea. Now, something I don't have down here in the foods to eat, it is wine. I do have clients that have to have wine. Some of them come from overseas, and from another country, and it's their tradition to have a glass of wine after dinner. So a moderate amount of wine, okay, that's fine. Okay, foods to avoid: bread, pasta, rice, candy, soda, fruit juices, and beer. All right. Also, before I go on to the next one, banana can go into the foods to avoid too, because you have some low carbers, they will not eat bananas because of the high sugar content. But that's totally up to you. But yeah, you could avoid bananas because it is high in sugar or carbohydrates. I think it might be 100. I'm not sure. 75 to 100, depending on the size of the banana. Alright, let's go on to the next one. Okay, misconceptions. We're going to deal with the misconceptions out there that I hear about low carb dieting. There are many misconceptions about ketosis. The most common is mixing it up with ketoacidosis. Now, ketoacidosis is a dangerous medical condition that mostly happens to people with type 1 diabetes that don't take insulin, all right, or miss taking their insulin, and that's when the body totally like feeds on itself. Okay, ketosis and ketoacidosis are not the same thing. Now, let me dig into that just a little bit more. Now, ketosis or ketones, when your body gets into a ketosis state, that's fine. It's burning fat, but it get to a point, if it goes, remember, life is always about balance. If it get beyond that, like there's, for example, if there's no insulin present in the body, or just totally overwork the muscle and it's kind of like everything's gone overboard, your body can't get into a ketoacidosis state. That's when the body feeds on itself. So diabetics, or especially type 1 diabetics, I should say, when they go to the doctor, they will diagnose them with like a ketoacidosis type of issue, and that's really dangerous, but it is not the same as ketosis. Okay, ketosis is 100% natural state in the body, and it can be caused by fasting also. Now, I like to fast too for religious reasons. Y'all guys that's in church or religious or spiritual like to fast every now and then. Your body does go into a ketosis state when you fast also. So it's a natural thing. Also, I want to touch on, always consult with your doctor before starting any new diet program or workout program. Yes, it is like a disclaimer, but it is serious. It's now you have so many people who prescribed with so many different medications. Diets and supplements do affect your medications. So before you take any supplement or try any diet or change your diet, check with your doctor first and see what they think about it. Okay, guys, share. Okay, if there's any benefit to you, share, like, subscribe. That'd be great, because I'm trying to reach as many people as I can to make them as healthy as I possibly can. That's my job. That's the reason why God had me here on this planet, and I plan on doing my job very well. Okay, if any of y'all guys interested in if you're local and you're interested in one-on-one personal training, you can contact me through Facebook or keyfitnessnashville.com. If anytime you want or you need any one-on-one personal training and you're in the local area, I'd be happy to help you out. I also do online training, also online coaching. Everything is virtual. I do workout programs. We work out with your diet, and we do a full assessment too online to help you reach your weight loss goals. Anyway, guys, we are done. I hope this helped you out. Leave a message below, comment, and I'll get back to you. Anyway, y'all guys take care.